Welcome to another video of Elite Expertise YouTube channel. This is Neha, Admin Manager of Elite Expertise. I have cleared my KAPS examination in November 2023 under the guidance of Harika Mama and Arief through Elite Expertise. Elite Expertise is an online education platform who trains overseas pharmacists for KAPS, PEBC, PT, and recently launched course OPRA as well. We recently received now July 2024 KAPS results where Elite Expertise achieved 95% success rate. And one of our happiness is with us, Amelia, who is very close to me before her exam. Amelia, hi, congratulations.
Oh, thank you, Neha. Thank you so much.
How are you enjoying your success? Whenever I call you, you're saying like I'm so busy, I'm outside, I'm far, etc. How are you enjoying your success?
Well, I actually just I haven't actually celebrated, but I'm happy. But I just went straight back to work, and then I started studying for my PT exam with a light expertise as well. So yeah, I'm very happy. I didn't really celebrate, but yes, I'm over the moon either way.
Wonderful. Tell me about yourself. Like, where did you finish your graduation? Where are you from? And how do you came to know about Elite Expertise? And why did you choose CAPS pathway?
Yes, so I'm originally from Venezuela. So I graduated in 2014, so 10 years ago. So I work as a pharmacist in Venezuela for a few years, mostly in the industry. So no as a clinical pharmacist, mostly in the industry. And then I decided to move to Australia with my partner. And when I first got to Australia, I had no English, nothing. So I just like work as a waitress for a few years, and I always wanted to be a veterinary nurse. Like I always wanted to work in a vet clinic. So I decided to do that instead. So I did that, and I'm a vet nurse now, and I'm still working as a vet nurse. But I reached to a point that I was just ready to go back to be a pharmacist. And yeah, and I started like investigating and checking what I had to do. So I had to take the CAPS pathway. So I was 100%. I knew I wasn't gonna be ready by myself studying for that because it's just so much information, right? And it's been 10 years of CAP. So I decided to like look for someone to coach me to sit the exam. And I started looking online, and I found a light expertise. So I actually reached to Harika ma'am, and she told me, like, I told her I'm not sure yet if I'm gonna join with you guys. I'm just checking with a few schools and see what should I do. And she was like, oh yes, dear, don't worry, no pressure. Just check or record lectures online on YouTube. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. And then I just watched Arief's cardiovascular lecture online, and I was like, yeah, these are people I have to sign with to be able to pass my exam. The lecture was great. Like it was so much detail, but at the same time, just focusing on whatever they're gonna ask you at the exam. So yeah, so I decided to join a light expertise, and it was awesome. Like from day one, I thought it was gonna like it started quite like slow, and Harika did say that we're starting slow now, just the basics. But don't worry, we're gonna get into more deep stuff. We just need to make sure you guys got like a good baseline to start going into like deep lectures and stuff. And yeah, that's exactly what happened. And they just like very detailed, but really focused on like what they were gonna ask you at the exam, or what's the most important thing. Because honestly, well, obviously, so much information. Like you could, if you could just study for months and months if you didn't have any guidance, honestly. So yeah, very happy that I decided to sign with them, and yeah, it was definitely worth it, honestly.
I can understand your happiness, like how throughout your journey, how satisfied you are. And Amelia, just like I know your personal journey. Like I was the one who took care of you from the beginning, from you like when you joined Elite Expertise and when you're taking your exam and all. Like, can you please share like how was Elite Expertise staff and how did Harika ma'am and Arif sir teaching.
Yeah.
Can you please share some wonderful things during your journey, CAPS journey with Elite Expertise?
Yeah, so something that I really liked, and it made me feel more confident to make the decision to join, was that there was no pressure. They weren't like selling anything.
Mm.
They just told me, okay, just have a look, see what you think, and like this is like the sign up fee is this much. But they never like reached back to me like, oh, so you're gonna sign? What you gonna do? You're like, none of the staff, no, you or Harika, no one did that. So I really like that, because all some other schools were just putting a lot of pressure, and I wasn't just sure, like I wasn't sure what to do, and I just felt that they were selling something instead of, like, just, if you're good, you don't have to really sell that much, right? So yeah, so from day one, it was great. There always, every time I had an issue either with the app, or like I wasn't feeling motivated, for instance, with you, like somebody reached out to me like straight away. Like I remember I text you, I think even was morning here in Australia, was nighttime for you there, but you like, as like on your morning, you text me like straight away and said like, oh Amelia, I can call you later and we can just have a chat if you're not feeling motivated. Like straight away somebody just reach out to you, help you. It was great. So for technical issues, for motivation, for everything, everybody was just really, yeah, kind, and they just reply you straight away. It was awesome. Yeah.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Amelia, for your kind words. And when you were facing your exam, like during your exam, when you got any tough questions like pharmaceutical calculations, chemistry, and as you're like worried about your SUTIX exam, like how did you tackle those questions? How Elite Expertise helped you in achieving your CAPS examination during in your first attempt?
Well, Harika, man, just like her lectures, she just told us like, look, this question is probably gonna come up, so just focus on this, and that. So that's what I did. That's what I did. Obviously, I listened to all the lectures and I read the handouts, but I focused more and I made sure I remember whatever she said it was important, and that was it. I honestly, as you said, it didn't took me more than 2 days to finish Zurich's, and that was it. Like actually, the questions that I got on the exam were exactly the same ones that Harika Man said to focus on. That was it. It was like just a few questions on Zurich's. And yeah, and same like the very last lecture of Arief, it was exactly what it came up on the exam. And they did say, this lecture, if you're gonna like check something just before you go in to the exam, just listen to this lecture again. And that's it. And honestly, that was it. Like more than 20 questions came up from that lecture, exactly from that lecture. So yeah, that's very, very happy with that.
What are your strategies to clear your CAPS examination? Do you have any specific strategies, and how many hours did you spend in your during your preparation?
Well, um, let me think. So the last like maybe the last 2 months prior, or like month and a half prior, I was studying like 3 or 4 hours a day, so just after work or so. But the very last month and the last 2 or 3 weeks, I was studying for 8 or 10 hours. So like, because we had class for
Yeah.
10 hours.
Mm.
So I I I just actually took a time off work,
Mm.
and they did say at the beginning of the course that at the end of like getting close to the exam, 3 weeks prior, like try to take time off work if you can, because the classes are gonna be 10 hours. And Arief and Harika ma'am, they just sat with us for 10 hours straight the last few weeks. So that's what I did. I honestly, my strategy was just sit down and just listen to the class, and just like I I did a mock test as well, and I also focused on whatever they said to focus on. I really didn't have a strategy myself. I just did whatever they said to do. and it was fine, honestly. And yeah, obviously you have a bit of time towards the end. It helps because the classes were long, were very long.
Very good, very good. And that's good to know. And how strongly do you recommend elite expertise for future CAPS aspirants, like candidates who wish
Oh,
to give the CAPS examination or else next OPRA exam?
oh, I strongly recommend a light practice. I honestly, I'm planning even to do my intern exam with them. Like, I
Mhm.
honestly so happy. I'm not gonna look for anybody else, and I'm not gonna definitely not study by myself. They just make your life so much easier, so much easier. And because everybody's like, you have to go to work or you have kids and you have busy lives, right? They just make everything so much easier for you. So honestly, 100% recommended. And I'm gonna sit my intern exam with them as well, both of them. And I'm doing my PT exam with them as well. So
Yeah. Yeah, you sign up even
yeah,
for PT coaching as well, I know.
yeah, and it's great. It's going great. Yeah.
Thank you. And finally, any special message from your side, Amelia?
A special message. Well, I'll say try not to stress and just do whatever Harika and Arief tells you to do. Honestly, you're like in safe hands. You just have to trust them and do as they say, and that's it. You will clear your exam. Yeah.
Thank you, Amelia. It was wonderful talking to you, having you here for the
No,
interview.
thank you.
Thank you so much for giving your time and good luck for your future endeavors. Thank you so much,
Thank
dear.
you.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.